the Harley-Davidson Street. Bob might be the best looking motorcycle to ever roll off a factory floor, but here's the thing. No Harley owner in history has ever left their bike completely stock. And for good reason, because with just a few upgrades, some of them under 50 bucks, you can take this bike from great to absolutely unreal. In this video, I'm breaking down 7 modifications that every Street Bob owner should seriously consider. I've arranged them from the most impactful to the most affordable. So whether you've got $500 or just $30 to spend, there's something here for you. I've also linked the best prices I could find for every single product down in the description, so you don't have to waste hours hunting around. Let's get into number 1, and it's the one that makes the single biggest difference. If you're going to do one mod to your Street Bob, just one, make it the exhaust. The stock pipes sound fine, but fine isn't why you bought a Harley. The Vance and Hines short shot Staggered are the gold standard for the Street Bob. They've been the most popular exhaust upgrade in the Harley community for years, and there's a reason for that. The sound is deep, aggressive, and unmistakably Harley, without being so loud that your neighbors file a restraining order. But it's not just about sound. You're also getting a noticeable bump in performance. The short shots are lighter than stock. They free up airflow, and when paired with a tuner, they can actually add real horsepower to your ride. Visually, they completely transform the look of the bike. That compact, blacked-out design gives the Street Bob a meaner, more aggressive stance that the stock pipes just can't match. Now, they run between $400 and $500, depending on where you grab them. That's not cheap, but considering this is the mod you'll notice every single time you turn the key, it's worth every penny. I've linked the best prices I found on both Amazon and Revzilla down in the description. One thing to keep in mind, if you install aftermarket pipes, you're going to want a fuel tuner to go with them. Running new pipes without adjusting your fuel mapping can lead to a lean condition, which isn't great for your engine long term. A basic fuel management system will run you another couple $100, but it makes sure your bike is running the way it should. Number 2 is something most people overlook, but it makes a bigger difference than you'd think. Most people go straight for the exhaust and forget about the intake. But here's the thing, your engine is basically a giant air pump. If you let more air out with a new exhaust, but don't let more air in, you're leaving performance on the table. The Arlen Ness Big Sucker is one of the best air cleaner upgrades you can get for the Street Bob. It replaces that restrictive stock air filter with a high flow design that feeds your engine significantly more air. The result is better throttle response, a little more power, and when you combine it with the short shots from number 1, that's when the magic really happens. Exhaust and intake together is what riders call a Stage 1 upgrade, and it's the foundation of every serious Harley build. But honestly, even if you don't care about performance numbers, the Big Sucker looks incredible. That exposed, raw, industrial design completely changes the profile of the bike. The stock air cleaner is fine, but it's boring. This thing looks like it means business. It runs around $200 to $250, and installation is genuinely easy. We're talking maybe 30 minutes with basic hand tools. No mechanic needed. For the combination of performance gain, visual impact, and ease of install, this might be the best value mod on the entire list. And remember, if you've done both the exhaust and the intake, you really do need that fuel tuner I mentioned earlier. Those 3 together are your Stage 1 setup, and your Street Bob will feel like a completely different machine. Now, number 3 isn't about performance. It's about something you'll appreciate every single mile you ride. Let's talk about your backside, specifically how much it's going to hurt after an hour on the stock Street Bob seat. Look, Harley makes great motorcycles, but their stock seats have always been a weak point, and the Street Bob is no exception. That slim solo seat looks fantastic, but it's basically a piece of cardboard wrapped in leather. 30 minutes around town, and you're fine. An hour on the highway, and you're shifting around trying to find a comfortable spot that doesn't exist. The Mustang solo seat is the fix. It's got a contoured design that cradles you in instead of sitting you on top, and the foam density is miles ahead of the stock unit. It distributes your weight more evenly, so you're not putting all the pressure on the same 2 spots for hours at a time. What I really like about the Mustang is that it keeps the Street Bob's clean, minimalist look. Some aftermarket seats turn your bobber into a touring bike. This one doesn't. It looks like it belongs on the bike. It just happens to be dramatically more comfortable. It runs between $250 and $300. That's more than a cheap gel pad or seat cushion, sure, but those are Band-Aids. This is an actual solution. If you ride more than 20 minutes at a time, this will be the mod you thank yourself for the most. And here's something people don't think about. A comfortable seat means you ride more. And riding more is the whole point of owning a motorcycle in the first place. Number 4 is a mod that literally changes the way you see the road. If you're still riding with the stock halogen headlight on your Street Bob, you're riding with a candle in a cave. I'm not exaggerating. The stock headlight is dim. It's yellow. And once the sun goes down, you're basically guessing what's ahead of you. On a motorcycle, where you are the crumple zone, that's not just annoying, it's dangerous. A Daymaker style LED headlight is one of the most underrated upgrades you can do. The difference is night and day, literally. You go from that weak yellowish glow to a bright, crisp white beam that actually illuminates the road ahead of you. You see more, you see further, and just as importantly, other drivers see you. Visibility works both ways, and on a blacked out Street Bob at night, being seen is half the battle. The genuine Harley Daymaker will run you over $300, but here's the secret most riders figure out eventually. There are LED headlights on Amazon for $60 to $90 that put out virtually the same light output. They're plug and play, they fit the stock 5 3/4 inch housing on the Street Bob, and installation takes about 15 minutes. No cutting wires, no modifications, just swap and ride. Could you tell the difference between the $60 one and the $300 one in a blind test? Honestly, most people couldn't. The beam pattern might be slightly more refined on the Harley unit, but for the money, the Amazon alternatives are one of the best bang for your buck upgrades on this entire list. I've linked a couple of the highest rated options in the description, so you can compare for yourself. Number 5 is small. It's cheap, and you'll feel it every second you're on the bike. Your hands are on the grips for every single mile you ride. So why are you still using the stock ones? The factory grips on the Street Bob are basic rubber. They get the job done, but they vibrate. They're not particularly comfortable, and after a long ride, your hands feel like you've been holding a jackhammer for 2 hours. The Milwaukee 8 engine is smoother than previous Harley motors, but it still sends plenty of vibration through the handlebars, especially at highway speed. Kuryakyn ISO Grips solve that problem. They have an internal vibration dampening system that absorbs a significant amount of that buzz before it reaches your palms. The difference is immediate. First ride, first mile, you'll feel it. Your hands stay more relaxed, your grip stays more natural, and at the end of a long day in the saddle, you're not shaking the feeling back into your fingers. They also look sharp, clean, blacked out, and they come in a few different styles so you can match whatever aesthetic you're going for. They fit the Street Bob perfectly with no modifications needed. Just pull the old ones off and slide these on. 10 minutes, maybe 15 if you've never done it before. And the price? Around $40 to $60 depending on the style. For a mod that you physically interact with every single ride, that might be the best $60 you'll ever spend on your motorcycle. It's one of those upgrades where you wonder why you didn't do it sooner. I've linked my favorite options in the description. Number 6 costs less than a dinner out, and it fixes one of the most annoying things on the entire bike. You know that rattle? That little metal on metal clinking sound coming from your gas cap every time you hit a bump or come to a stop? Every Street Bob owner knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's subtle at first, then you notice it once, and then you can never unhear it. A flush mount gas cap eliminates that completely. It sits flat against the tank instead of popping up like the stock cap, so there's nothing to bounce around and make noise. Problem solved, permanently. But it's more than just fixing a rattle. It genuinely cleans up the look of the tank. The stock cap sticks up and breaks the smooth lines of that beautiful tank design. The flush mount sits perfectly level and gives the whole bike a more custom, finished appearance. It's one of those small details that makes people think you've done way more work to the bike than you actually have. You can get one directly from Harley-Davidson or grab an aftermarket version on Amazon for around $30 to $50. They come in, both black and chrome, so you can match whatever look you're going for. Installation is about as easy as it gets. You literally just swap it with the stock one. No tools required. 2 minutes and you're done. For 30 bucks, this is the cheapest mod on the list, and honestly, one of the most satisfying. It's the kind of upgrade where the cost is so low that there's really no excuse not to do it. I've dropped links to both the OEM and the best rated aftermarket versions in the description. Alright, number 7. This one isn't about looks or sound. It's about keeping you safe and connected while you ride. 11:21 p.m. Using your phone for navigation on a motorcycle used to mean pulling over, checking the map, memorizing the next 3 turns, and hoping for the best. Those days are over. A solid phone mount is something every rider needs, and on the Street Bob, it's practically essential, because unlike the touring models, you don't have a built-in screen or Jeep. You're on your own out there, and fumbling with your phone at a red light is not the answer. The RAM mount is the industry standard for a reason. It's built like a tank. It grips your phone securely, and it's not coming loose no matter how rough the road gets. It uses a ball and socket system that lets you adjust the angle to exactly where you need it, and it clamps right onto the handlebars with no drilling or permanent modifications. If you ever want to remove it, your bars look factory again in seconds. Now, there is one thing to be aware of. Motorcycle vibration can damage your phone's camera stabilization system over time. Apple has actually warned about this. If that concerns you, look into a mount with a built-in vibration dampener. Quad Lock makes an excellent one specifically designed for motorcycles. It costs a bit more, around $70 to $80 for the full kit, but it includes the dampener, and their twist lock system is incredibly fast to use. Phone on, phone off, one motion. If you want the budget option, the RAM mount runs around $40 to $50 and has been trusted by riders for years. If you want the premium setup with vibration protection, go Quad Lock. Either way, both are linked in the description, and that's the main 7. But before you go, I've got a quick bonus mod that almost didn't make the list. And honestly, it probably should have. Shorty levers. This is the bonus, and once you try them, you'll wonder how you ever rode without them. The stock clutch and brake levers on the Street Bob are long, chunky, and honestly kind of ugly. They stick out like they belong on a completely different bike. Shorty levers are exactly what they sound like. Shorter, more compact versions that tuck in closer to the handlebars and give the cockpit a much cleaner look. But the real benefit is feel. A shorter lever gives you a more precise pull, especially on the clutch side. You're using less hand effort for the same action, which means less fatigue in stop-and-go traffic. If you've ever been stuck in city riding for an hour and your left hand feels like it's about to cramp, shorter levers make a real difference. They also reduce the chance of accidentally grabbing a lever in a panic situation. Less lever sticking out means more controlled input when it matters most. It's a small ergonomic change that affects every single ride. And the best part, they're cheap. We're talking $25 to $40 for a quality set on Amazon. They come in black, chrome, and a handful of other finishes. Installation is about 10 minutes with basic tools. Loosen one bolt, slide the old lever off, slide the new one on, tighten it back up. Done. For under 40 bucks and 10 minutes of your time, this is probably the best effort to reward ratio of anything I've mentioned today. Link is in the description with the rest. All right, let's wrap this up. So there you have it. 7 mods plus a bonus that will genuinely transform your Street Bob. Let's do a quick recap. Exhaust, air cleaner, seat, LED headlight, grips, flush mount gas cap, phone mount, and shorty levers as your bonus. If you're on a tight budget, start with the gas cap, the grips, and the shorty levers. You're looking at roughly 130 bucks total, and your bike will feel and look noticeably better. If you've got more to spend, the exhaust and air cleaner combo is where the real transformation happens, both in sound and performance. Every single product I mentioned is linked down in the description with the best prices I could find. If you end up grabbing anything through those links, it helps support this channel at no extra cost to you, and I genuinely appreciate it. Now, I want to hear from you. Which mod are you doing first? Or, if you've already modded your Street Bob, what did I miss? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If you're new here, this channel is all about motorcycle history, gear, and honest recommendations. Hit subscribe if that sounds like your kind of thing, and I'll see you in the next one. Ride safe.